Hoke, a clash that breaks the world. Under a storm-charged Chicago sky, the ground quakes as two titans collide with a force that shatters steel and splits stone. Ben Grimm, the rock-hearted thing, plants his massive orange fists like pillars against the relentless charge of Cain Marko, the unstoppable Juggernaut. Buildings crumble, streets buckle, and the air screams with raw power. This isn't a fight, it's a reckoning. When an immovable object faces an unstoppable force, only one can stand, and the city might not survive to see who. Welcome to legendary fates, where gods wage war. The spark, why they fight. No one saw it coming, but the fuse was lit deep in a hidden vault beneath Lake Michigan, a crimson gem, pulsing with the power of Sidorak, rumored to amplify strength to godlike levels. The Fantastic Four were sent to secure it, but word reached Cain Marko, whose bond to Sidorak made the gem a siren call he couldn't ignore. The Thing, loyal to his team and wary of Marko's destructive past, vowed to keep it locked away. Insults turned to threats in a deserted industrial yard, and now, with the gem's eerie glow casting shadows over twisted steel, there's no backing down. One fights for duty, the other for dominion. Only one walks away. Part 1. The First Collision. The industrial yard explodes as Juggernaut charges, his armored boots cratering the earth. The Thing meets him head-on, his rocky fists swinging like sledgehammers. Their impact sends a shockwave that topples a water tower, steel buckling with a scream. The Thing's punch snaps Juggernaut's helmeted head back, but Cain laughs, his momentum barely checked. This isn't a warm-up, it's a promise of carnage. Juggernaut retaliates, lowering his shoulder and plowing through the Thing like a freight train. Then's hurled through a stack of shipping containers, metal crumpling like paper. He rises, spitting gravel, and tackles Juggernaut, driving him into a concrete pillar that shatters on impact. The gem's glow pulses brighter, urging them deeper into chaos. Nether's holding back, and the yard's becoming a graveyard. The Thing ducks a wild swing from Juggernaut's massive fist, countering with an uppercut that rattles Cain's armor. The blow buys Ben a second, but Juggernaut grabs a steel beam, swinging it like a club. The Thing blocks, his arms trembling under the force, and shoves back, sending Cain stumbling into a fuel tank. Flames erupt, bathing their brawl in a hellish glow. This fight's already out of control. Juggernaut barrels through the blaze, unscathed, his laughter booming. He grabs the Thing, hurling him skyward into a crane's arm. The structure groans and collapses, but Ben claws free, landing with a quake. He charges, slamming Juggernaut into a forklift, metal twisting around them. The gem hums louder, a heartbeat of destruction, and the ground cracks beneath their fury. They face off, panting, the yard a smoldering ruin. The Thing's hide is scraped, but his eyes burn with resolve. Juggernaut adjusts his helmet, grinning like a wolf. The gem's glow casts long shadows, whispering promises of power. Then clenches his fists, knowing this is just the start. Tain's ready to bury him, and Chicago's caught in the crossfire. Part 2. The City Bleeds. The fight spills into Chicago's streets, leaving the yard a twisted husk. Juggernaut storms forward, ripping up a bus and hurling it. The Thing dives, the bus smashing into a storefront, glass raining down. Civilians scream, fleeing as the titans clash, their blows shaking the pavement. The Thing lands a double-fisted slam, but Juggernaut shrugs it off, his momentum a tidal wave. This is no longer contained, it's a disaster. Juggernaut grabs a street light, swinging it like a spear. The Thing catches it, metal bending in his grip, and yanks Cain forward, slamming him into a subway entrance. The stairs collapse, swallowing them into darkness. Underground, their brawl echoes, steel tracks warping under Juggernaut's charge. The Thing counters, hurling Cain through a tunnel wall, thus choking the air. The city trembles above, unaware of the storm below. The gem's light follows, somehow piercing the gloom, its hum a siren call. Juggernaut rises, grabbing a derailed train car and swinging it. The Thing takes the hit, skidding across the tracks, his hide cracking. He roars, tackling Cain into a support beam, the structure groaning. The subway shakes, lights flickering, as their war threatens to bury them. This isn't about the gem anymore, it's about breaking the other. Juggernaut laughs, his armor gleaming through the dust. He grabs the Thing, hurling him upward through the ceiling, back to street level. Then crashes through asphalt, landing in a plaza, statues toppling around him. Juggernaut follows, leaping up with a quake, and charges, his fist aimed at Ben's chest. The thing rolls clear, countering with a blow that dents Cain's breastplate. The plaza becomes their arena, and Mercy's off the table. They lock eyes, the gems hum deafening, its light bathing the wreckage. The thing's bleeding from a gash in his brow, but he stands tall. Juggernaut's armor is scuffed, his grin wider, he's thriving on this. The city's pulse races, mashing their relentless fury. The next move could end it, or doom them both. Chicago's fate hangs in the balance. Part 3. The stakes rise. The plaza erupts as Juggernaut charges, his footsteps splitting marble. The thing meets him, their collision toppling a fountain, water spraying like blood. Then lands a haymaker, cracking Juggernaut's helmet, but Cain answers with a backhand that sends the thing crashing through a glass office tower. Shards rain down, reflecting the gem's glow, as screams echo from distant streets. This fight's tearing the city's heart out. Inside the tower, Juggernaut barrels through walls, chasing Ben. The thing grabs a steel desk, smashing it across Cain's face, denting his armor. Juggernaut roars, lifting an entire floor section and hurling it. The thing dives, the debris burying desks and sparking wires. He counters, tackling Cain through the building's core, floors collapsing above them. The gem's hum grows wilder, feeding their rage. They burst onto a highway, cars swerving as their brawl spills across lanes. The thing grabs a truck, swinging it like a bat, but Juggernaut plows through, unscathed. He grabs Ben, slamming him into an overpass, concrete raining down. The thing claws free, landing a blow that sends Cain skidding into a gas station, flames erupting. The highway becomes a war zone, and neither titan blinks. Juggernaut emerges from the blaze, his armor glowing red-hot. He charges, faster now, the gem's power surging through him. The thing braces, taking the hit, his feet digging trenches in the asphalt. He swings back, cracking Juggernaut's shoulder guard, but Cain's momentum is relentless, driving them toward a bridge. The structure sways, cables snapping, as their war pushes the city to its breaking point. The gem floats now, no longer on the ground, its crimson light pulsing like a dying star. The thing feels it, his strength amplified, but his body screaming. Juggernaut's eyes glow, his laughter unhinged. They're not just fighting each other. They're fighting what the gem's making them. The bridge groans, seconds from collapse, and the next blow could bury them both. Part 4. The breaking point. The bridge collapses, steel and concrete plunging into the river billow. The thing and Juggernaut fall, still grappling, their blows shaking the water's surface. They hit the riverbed, silt exploding, and keep fighting, each punch a muffled thunder. The thing's hide cracks, blood clouding the water, but he slams Juggernaut into a sunken barge, metal crumpling. This is raw, primal, a fight to the bone. They surge to the surface, gasping, and climb onto a pier, wood splintering under their weight. Juggernaut swings, his fist grazing the thing's jaw, splitting rock. Then counters, grabbing a mooring post and smashing it across Cain's chest, denting his armor deeper. The pier shakes, half sinking, as their brawl threatens to drown them again. The gem's glow follows, its hum a scream now, urging death. Juggernaut grabs the thing, hurling him into a warehouse, steel walls buckling. Then rises, blood dripping, and tackles Cain through a stack of crates, wood and metal exploding. They're slowing, wounds piling up, but the gem's power keeps them swinging. The thing lands a blow that cracks Juggernaut's breastplate, but Cain answers with a headbutt that splits Ben's brow. This is no longer about winning, it's about surviving. The warehouse collapses, forcing them into an open lot. Juggernaut lifts a bulldozer, swinging it down. The thing cashes it, muscles screaming, and shoves back, sending Cain stumbling. Ben charges, driving his shoulder into Juggernaut's gut, cracking ribs. The ground quakes, the gem's light flaring wildly, as their bodies push past human limits. Chicago's washing, and it's terrified. They stagger, feet apart, the lot a cratered ruin. The thing's arm hangs limp, his hide fractured. Juggernaut's armor is warped, blood seeping beneath. The gem hovers higher, its energy lashing out, burning the air. Ben's voice is a growl. Ain't done yet. Tain's grin is feral, his body trembling with Sidorak's curse. The next hit decides everything, and neither's ready to fall. Part 5. The final surge. The lot explodes as Juggernaut charges, his momentum a living avalanche. The thing braces, cashing Cain's fists, his feet digging furrows in the dirt. Their clash sends a shockwave, toppling nearby scaffolding, steel screaming. Ben swings, cracking Juggernaut's helmet further, but Cain drives forward, slamming the thing into a power substation, sparks erupting. The city's lights flicker, mirroring their fading strength. Juggernaut grabs a transformer, hurling it. The thing ducks, the machine exploding behind him, flames licking the sky. He counters, tackling Cain into a concrete mixer, the drum bursting in a cloud of dust. They grapple, each blow heavier, bloodier. The gem's light pulses faster, its energy seeping into their wounds, pushing them beyond breaking. This is a death spiral, and they're both locked in. The thing stumbles, his vision blurring, but lands a punch that sends Juggernaut crashing through a billboard. Cain rises, roaring, and hurls a slab of pavement. It clips Ben's shoulder, dislocating it, but he charges, driving his good fist into Juggernaut's jaw. The crack echoes, blood spraying, as they fall to their knees, the gems hum deafening. Neither will yield, even as their bodies betray them. Juggernaut lunges, wrapping the thing in a bear hug, armor grinding against rock. Then roars, breaking free, and slams Cain into the ground, cratering the lock. The gem flares, its energy whipping around them, a storm of crimson chaos. The thing raises his fist, Juggernaut's eyes defiant but dimming. The city holds its breath, knowing this moment decides their fate. Their statues now, frozen mid-battle, the gem's light blinding. The thing's fist trembles, his body screaming to stop. Juggernaut's grin fades, his breath ragged. The air crackles, the ground quakes, and the gem pulses one last time. This is it, one blow to end it all, one chance to claim victory. Chicago's ruins wait in silence, bracing for the final thunder. Part 6, the climax. The gem erupts, its crimson energy flooding the lot, a supernova of raw chaos. The thing and Juggernaut collide, their fists meeting in a blast that splits the earth, shockwaves leveling what's left of the block. The gem shatters, its fragments burning out, its hum silenced forever. Their combined force breaks Sidorak's curse for a fleeting moment, and the world feels it, a clash of gods, a wound in reality. Juggernaut staggers, his armor half melted, but swings, cashing the thing's jaw. Blood sprays, Ben's head snapping back, but he drives forward, slamming his fist into Cain's chest. The blow cracks Juggernaut's breastplate clean through, ribs snapping. Cain spits blood, his eyes wide not with pain, but shock. The thing presses on, each step a defiance of his broken body. Juggernaut grabs Ben, hurling him into a collapsed tower, steel and glass burying him. The thing claws free, roaring, and tackles Cain, driving him through a gas main, flames erupting. They're burning out, bodies failing, but their wills are iron. The thing lands a blow that dents Juggernaut's helmet inward, but Cain answers with a knee that cracks Ben's ribs. This is their last stand, and it's all or nothing. The thing sways, vision darkening, but raises his fist. Juggernaut's on one knee, armor in ruins, blood pooling, then hesitates, duty or destruction. Cain lunges, a final roar, and the thing meets him with a blow that shakes the heavens. The ground splits, swallowing the gem's ashes, and silence falls, heavy as death. One titan stands, the other lies still, and Chicago breathes again. Dust clears, revealing the thing, bloodied, barely upright, his arm useless. Juggernaut lies in a crater, chest rising faintly, his armor a twisted wreck. Ben stumbles back, knowing Cain's curse means he'll rise again. The city's in ruins, but it's alive because of him. He limps away, the weight of victory bitter, the promise of round 2 already looming. Part 7, the aftermath. The thing trudges through Chicago's outskirts, dawn's light cashing the cracks in his hide. The gem's gone, its power scattered, but its echo lingers, a warning of what power can do. He saved the city, stopped Juggernaut, but at a cost. His ribs ache, his arms numb, yet his heart's steady. He knows Cain's out there, healing, plotting. The Fantastic Four will need him, and he'll be ready, always is. Juggernaut stirs in the crater, a growl escaping his lips. His armor's scrap, his body broken, but Sidorak's curse pulses faintly, knitting him back together. His eyes burn not with rage, but hunger. The thing stopped him, humiliated him, and that's a debt Cain Marko doesn't forget. He drags himself up, vanishing into the shadows, already craving the next collision. The city rebuilds, scars fading but never gone. Newsreels replay the fight, crowds calling it a legendary fate's material, etched in blood and stone. The thing's name is a whisper of hope, Juggernaut's a shudder of fear. Chicago knows they'll meet again, and the world won't be ready. The clash reshaped the city, redefined 2 titans, and left a promise of more. Ben reaches a quiet hill, overlooking the city. He clenches his good fist, feeling its heartbeat. Juggernaut's coming, he feels it in his bones. "Let's dance, Cain," he mutters, a grim smile cracking his face. Duty's heavy, but he carries it, always will. The world's washing, and the thing doesn't back down, not now, not ever. Somewhere, deep beneath the lot, a single gem shard flickers, its crimson light weak but alive. The fight's over, but the war's not. The Thing versus Juggernaut, a clash for the ages, no victor, only survivors. Legendary Fates has its anthem, a story of unbreakable wills, and the next chapter's already brewing, waiting for the day two titans roar again. Conclusion: the dust settles. As the crimson gem shatters, its final pulse floods the ruined lot with blinding light, the earth itself groaning under the weight of their war. The Thing and Juggernaut lock in one last, cataclysmic clash. Ben's battered fist meets Cain's cracked helmet, the impact splitting the ground and silencing the storm. Juggernaut staggers, his unstoppable momentum broken, collapsing into a crater, armor in tatters, eyes dim but defiant. The Thing stands, bloodied and swaying, his fractured hide barely holding together, but his will unbroken. Chicago's skyline smolders behind them, a scarred witness to their legend. The gem's gone, the city's safe, but Ben knows Juggernaut's curse means this isn't over, just a truce until the next quake. He limps away, a grim nod to the fallen titan, the weight of victory heavy, the promise of their rematch a show on the horizon.